Right, so thanks for staying with us. It's now time for us to look at what's happening in the world of business. Still, the IMF resurfacing in the headlines for business tonight. So let's take a look at what Ghana, or in connection with the IMF, is happening. And Ghana is presenting its homegrown economic management policies to the IMF for consideration. Deputy Minister of Finance Ato Forson debunked the notion that the IMF would attach unfavorable conditions to its bailout package, and he was speaking on the sidelines of the 2014 annual tax conference.
The annual tax conference provides a unique platform for tax administrators, professionals and players to interact on tax issues. Ato Forson said government will ensure that it secures enough funds to continue with its development agenda.
Roads obviously has challenges, and everybody wants their road done, but it should be done with budget constraints where the revenues are. You're already talking about taxation. That are we going to increase tax rate, or what do we want to do? We are bringing in the revenue through the measures that we are implementing, and I believe that will deal with it.
President of the Chartered Institute of Taxation, Mike Aflu, called for an immediate scrapping of the flat VAT rate of 3.5%, since some service providers are taking undue advantage to milk the country dry.
Once you are a service provider, you must be in the normal VAT rate scheme, which is the 70.5%. Because if I am an audit firm, and by reason of my turnover this year, I don't meet that criteria, therefore you place me on the VAT scheme, the flat rate scheme. What happens next year if I get a contract worth $400,000? Are you now going to put me on the 70.5%, or I'll still have to change the 3%? So we are saying that all service providers, irrespective of turnover, must be on the normal VAT rate scheme of 70.5%.
Professor Keith Engel, who is a partner, African Tax Practice, Ernst & Young's Advisory Services, urged government to shift focus from the excessive paperwork and introduce practicality in its tax system.
It's one thing to have the law on the books. It's another thing to operationalize it. Getting taxpayers registered, getting taxpayers into the system, making sure that people are compliant, making sure that all the returns are filed. Going through all of those basics is really like running a business. And it's very hard and very challenging to do. And that's really what you guys are trying to do now.
The 2014 annual tax conference is themed "The Relevance of Taxation in Middle-Income Economies."
Right, so now we look at some activities being undertaken by banks, and it's the Bank of Africa launching the Wari Cash to Cash transfer. The Wari money transfer service does not only allow you to receive money from abroad, but also offers the opportunity to send and receive money locally. That is the situation there in the Volta region. We'll be going more into that story later. But we move on to telecommunication, and Ghana's first 4G LTE telecommunications network, Surfline, has been officially launched. The 4G LTE network is the single largest deployment of 4G LTE here in Africa.
LTE, Long-Term Evolution Network, is the fastest mobile technology available in the world today. Surfline Ghana is pioneering this experience in the country, currently offering only data services. The marketing director of the telecom network, Rosie Finn, said the fully owned Ghanaian company aims at transforming the internet and surfing experience of the user.
Today we might say that we only have just a couple of thousand of people on our network, and that's going to grow. We've partnered with world-class companies who are going to help us sustain growth and still be able to maintain a high level quality of service. So, just knowing that we're focused on ensuring that we give the best customer experience, and not only at launch, because we've seen a lot of companies do that.
She also said the company, as part of its launch, was offering free devices and double bonus for life for all new customers. The Minister of Communication, Dr. Edward Omane-Boama, challenged the company to learn from the mistakes and successes chalked up by existing telecommunication networks and do better. The Communication Minister said Surfline has come in at the right time when the government is investing in improving internet access. The network service of Surfline is currently in Accra and Tema, with flagship offices at East Legon and Osu.
And that will do for business. More on our website. It's tv3network.com. I'm Nanika Asari.